Hi there, thank you so much again for joining me on this channel. As always, I'm very grateful for all your previous views, likes, subscriptions and shares. We're with Sikhism and we're going to be exploring the Gurpurbs. The Gurpurbs are a sequence of festivals that recognise the achievements and the contributions made by Sikh gurus, and they're all connected to specific dates. Now, one of the things that happens during a Gurpurb, a particular ritual, which also happens at other Sikh festivals, is something known as the Akhand Path. The Akhand Path is a continuous 48-hour reading of the Guru Granth Sahib, normally perhaps done in 2-hour stints like a relay, and then another person takes over. Its origins are absolutely fascinating. During the 1800s, Sikhs were being persecuted. And what they did is that they sought refuge in the jungles of India, and copies of the Guru Granth Sahib were scarce. When precious copies were found and located, the best way of sharing the teaching was through a public reading. That way, as many people as possible could hear it. And this has morphed into the ritual of the Akhand Path and is carried out, as I said, in many celebrations in Sikhism today. And I think one of the things that got me thinking is, well, the origins of the ritual came out from a necessity, a time of great crisis. And maybe you want to think about other festivals and other rituals, not just in Sikhism, but in other religions too, where out of a crisis, at a time of persecution, at a moment when that particular religion seems to be at its breaking point under the most intense pressure, there was something, a moment of hope that came out of it that is still recognised today. That's something that you may want to think about. And the other thing that I just wanted to share with you is how during the Gurpurbs, the place of worship, the Gurdwara, is of course at its very best. I love this vibrant picture here of the Tegh, which is where the canopy under which the Guru Granth Sahib sits, and also got those wonderful flowers. It is a time for the Gurdwara to look at its best. So if we're talking about the Gurpurbs, I think it's absolutely right that we have a look at a couple of the gurus who are celebrated at this time. One of them is Guru Arjan, and he is famous for helping to build and to create the Golden Temple, which is the most sacred building in Sikhism. He also added Hindu and Muslim teachings to the Guru Granth Sahib, and it was because of this that the Gurpurbs recognise his work. And what happened is that Emperor Jahangir was angry that Guru Arjan was adding to the Guru Granth Sahib Hindu texts, Muslim teachings and so forth. And Jahangir was furious about this, and the penalty for Guru Arjan, despite his absolute refusal to remove these words, was death. The story goes that he was required to sit on a hot sheet. He had hot sand poured on him for 5 days. And then during this time, he was allowed to go and bathe in a river. He entered the river, and he was never seen again by his followers. And I think that's really a powerful and quite a moving story. It shows his resilience. It shows his commitment to the Sikh faith. And what's interesting as well is how he became a martyr, and a martyr is someone who is willing to die for their beliefs. Doing my favourite trick on Google, where you can bring up a little word map of the origins of the word, martyr literally means witness, and it comes from the Greek. And he was a witness, wasn't he, of the Sikh faith. He was evidence of the Sikh faith in practice. So for your wider reading, for your investigations, you might want to think about which other faiths have martyrs, and also, do you have to be religious to be a martyr? Is martyr something which goes beyond the world of religion and can be an idea that can be embraced in other philosophies as well? Another guru who is acknowledged through the Gurpurbs is Guru Tegh Bahadur, and he championed religious freedom and inclusion. He was also a wonderful poet, and his poems are included in the Guru Granth Sahib. He himself was persecuted for refusing to abandon the Sikh faith by the Muslim emperor at the time, and as a result he was beheaded. And what strikes me here is his willingness to commit to his faith. Other Sikhs also would have been executed. That's worth remembering. But he led by example. And I think it's very powerful, isn't it, in leadership? When you are willing to suffer like those who you are leading and guiding, that is an incredibly powerful statement. And also with Guru Tegh Bahadur, his son also became a guru, and Guru Gobind Singh. Now, you will have noticed that when it comes to Sikhism, one of the great ways of celebrating in Sikhism is through a Nagir Curtain, which is a street parade, a procession where the Guru Granth Sahib is taken through the streets, and there are fireworks, there's food, there's martial arts, there's dancing. The food aspect I find particularly interesting because the langar in the Guru, in the Gurdwara, goes outside. That idea of feeding everybody, of being inclusivity, springs out of the Gurdwara and goes onto the streets, and it's inclusive. Everyone is welcome, and it's so the Sikh community is embracing everybody around. I think it's just a fantastic thing. Now, you will have noticed that I have not mentioned Guru Nanak and Guru Gobind Singh. They are two incredibly important gurus. It's not out of disrespect, it's simply because I've already done some videos on them, and you can find them through the links. But they are regarded as having two of the most important Gurpurbs, and something you might want to do through your research is just have a look up as to what they contributed to Sikhism, or you can watch my videos. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As always, I'm very, very grateful for your support, and enjoy your learning.